What's going on, y'all? Caden Finch with CF Cigar Box Guitars coming at y'all with the next video. It's a bright and sunny morning. I got my coffee with me, and man, today's gonna be a good video. We are gonna get super dirty in this video. So I advise doing this either outside or if you have a shop or a garage. Yeah, because you are about to get sawdust everywhere, y'all. Today, let me see, spit the coffee. Oh yeah. Today we're gonna be working on carving up the neck. So we've already prepped up our neck, got the fretboard glued on, and we've already prepped up our cigar box. So today we're putting in the work, y'all. We are gonna be, oh yeah, we are going to be carving up this bad boy. So what you're gonna need for this is, of course, your cigar box neck. You're gonna need all sorts of sandpaper, and you're going to need either a Shinto rasp or chiseling tools, something to carve the neck out, or you can completely do it with sandpaper. May take you forever, but you can probably do it that way. Other than that, get you some stain. We're actually just going to use some of this Danish oil. I like the way it looks. It's kind of got like just a natural look, so I'm going to be going with this. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. All right, hopefully y'all are going to be able to see all this. Hopefully. So first things first, we're going to get our cigar box that should be already notched out. And what I want to try and figure out is, since I'm not gluing a heel on here, I'm going to carve a heel on there, because you do want to have a heel on here to kind of help brace for the bass strings for the tension. So I am going to be carving a heel. So we're going to try and figure out where that heel's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in our box here. I'm going to go ahead and move y'all guys back down over here again. So what I'm thinking is, I want the heel to come out maybe like right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a mark. I'm gonna put it right here. So I don't know how much that is. I'm kind of just eyeballing it. So maybe like 1.5 inches or something. It's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, about 1.5 inches from the cigar box. So that's where I want the heel back here. So I'm going to start kind of carving it up this way. So that way we kind of get that almost teardrop kind of looking heel. Sorry, it's early, y'all. I still haven't even drank my coffee. But yeah, anyway, so we're going to mark it up right here. And yeah, then we're going to get to start carving on this bad boy. All right, so we got it marked up where we want it, and this is literally the part where you just kind of turn on some jams in the background, and you just kind of start going to town on it. So since we got the heel right here, and actually yeah, no, we're good. So I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna actually, yeah, I am gonna actually do that. So I'm gonna actually measure out again on the other side, so I have another mark for a visual. Just like we did a minute ago, I'm just gonna come out, you know, little under 1.5 inches. So that way I got 2 little visual marks I can see. And so literally we're just gonna start carving, y'all. So I kind of take it like this, take my Shinto rasp, sorry, hopefully y'all can see this and it doesn't look like chaos. But you just take your Shinto rasp and you literally just start working it out. So I can just go down the neck. Now, like I said, you're gonna get real messy, y'all. So you just start taking your rasp, carving it all the way down, kind of get that round edge. I take the real hardcore side of this one to start, so I can really take off some material. And to kind of get this heel, what I'm doing is I'm actually kind of digging down a little deeper right here, almost kind of making like almost like a 45 right here. So that way I can start kind of forming out that heel shape. And you're just slowly going to keep doing this. And you're going to get man glitter all over you. So, like I said, you may want to do this outside. Or in a garage or a shop. When I get up here to the headstock, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to try and make kind of like almost a V shape or like a teardrop shape. So I'm going to hold my rasp at an angle and kind of start trying to get that shape going. And then of course start working down the other side here. And it's going to take a while. So just, like I said, turn some jams on, turn some music on. Just sit back, relax. It's almost kind of like I don't know, it's just, to me it's super relaxing, because it's just you, a chunk of wood, and a file just sitting here for, you can sit here for hours just chiseling away at this to get it as perfect as you would like it. But anyways, we're just going to continue to work this, and what you're kind of looking for is you want it to be kind of roundish to kind of fit in the palm of your hand. So it's really kind of up to your preference and how you like it. If you like more of a squared off neck, then don't go as round. If you like a really round neck, then just continue to work this until you get that shape. Usually after a while, once I start getting the shape going, I'll take my hand and run it along to see how it's feeling, to see if how I like it. So you're just going to continue, just keep working it out. Like I said, down here at the heel, I'm kind of just doing this motion where I'm kind of holding it almost like at a 45 or something. We're kind of wanting to make this almost like a teardrop pointed looking shape. So I'm going to kind of go down a little bit right there and start kind of working that shape in. And then same deal with the headstock. You're just going to kind of start trying to carve that same shape in. And then just continue to keep shaving off wood. Yep. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna make y'all sit here and watch me wrestle this wood while I figure out what to talk for like the next couple hours. So through the magic of video editing, I will be right back and we will have this neck ready for the next step. So I'll be right back. Hey kitty, what are you doing? That's not your bed. That's not your bed. That's my guitar amp. Yeah. So we are back, y'all. See, I told you to get man glitter everywhere. Anyways, so look at that. So we are about ready to move on to the next stage of sanding. So you just want to get this sucker. Look at that heel. That is so cool. I've never carved a heel out before. I've always glued on a heel, so this is cool. But yeah, we just want to try to get it round over where it feels good. Work out, your area over here on your headstock, and yeah, we're almost ready to start going on to the 150 grit sandpaper. But basically, all I've been doing is take the Shinto rasp and you kind of just do kind of this circle motion to kind of get that rounded overness. And you just go all the way down the neck. And then go to the other side. Just keep doing this rounded over motion. And then on the middle part, yep, you just keep doing that. And then whenever you're up here by your headstock, I kind of do like almost like a 45 and just start working in that carve. Yep, same deal down here at the headstock. Just kind of work around, and yeah, so we're almost done with that. I'm gonna do a little bit more carving. Really take your time on this, guys. You want this neck to feel really, really good. You don't want to try and do it really, really fast just to get the project done. Take your time on this. It'll take you a little while, even if you have to put it down and come back to it. Make sure that you're taking your time on this. It'll help out immensely in the long run. So, all right, I'm going to continue doing this, and then we'll be right back and start on the sandpaper. All right, we're going to move over here. So, we got the neck pretty much where we want it with the Shinto rasp. Got the headstock and the heel carved out. Now we're just going to do some fine tuning. So we're going to take some 150 grit sandpaper, and we're just going to start from the lowest and just work our way up in grits. So I'm probably going to go all the way up to probably 600 grit, maybe higher. We'll just kind of see where the day takes me. Most of the time I just take it up to 600 grit, and then I'll wipe it off, and then I'll stain it. This one I'm thinking I may try something a little different. I may try something crazy, but we'll get there when the time comes. So just start out with your low grit sandpaper, and then I kind of take it and kind of make it the crease of my hand, and then I'll just start going down the neck, just cleaning it up. And then you'll just keep sanding and sanding when we get down here to the heel. Kind of take it, clean up the edges here. And you just sand until you are happy. Because you can literally spend days sanding this thing until it is like polished glass if you want to. So you're just going to sand. Again, kind of doing the same deal with the Shinto rasp. I take the sandpaper, kind of hold it almost at like a 45 or something. Clean up these edges. Kind of blend it with the neck a little better. Oops. And then take it and just keep working it. Keep working the neck until you get it exactly where you want it. Okay, y'all. I think we are finally done. Look at that neck, man. It feels like butter. Smooth like butter. See how it's nice and rounded off. Feels good. Fretboard feels nice and smooth. And basically, I just kept going to higher and higher sandpaper, y'all. And you just keep working it until you're satisfied with it. So the next couple steps we're going to do is we're going to figure out the where I want the I went blank. The tuners, the base tuners. We're gonna figure out that. We're gonna drill the holes, and I think we're gonna be ready to stain after that. So yeah, we're gonna figure out where our tuners are gonna go, drill the holes out for those, and then we're gonna stain the sucker. All right. So got the tuners. Of course, we're making a 2-string bass, so you'll need 2 of these. So basically, what I like to do, and I haven't decided yet, since these are yeah. So basically, I think what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna do 2. We're gonna do 2 in a row, like this, probably. So I want to offset one of them, so that way we have straight string pull going straight across. But since these are inline tuners, yeah, we're just gonna do kind of like that. So the next thing we got to figure out is, if you notice, let's see if I can get a little bit closer. These tuners, they're not gonna go all the way through because this piece of wood is pretty thick. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna line up your tuner and you're gonna take a mark right here on the board. And what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna carve this down a little bit more. I may actually just take, instead of carving, I may just take a saw and cut it down to that length. So basically, get you something to mark it up with. You're gonna come over here and then put your deal, and you're gonna put a mark somewhere about yay here. Okay. So I'm gonna mark it up, and then what I like to do is take you a piece of wood or something. That's probably not the best piece of wood. Piece of wood. You're gonna line up your where we marked down, and then I'm just gonna make a straight line across. Whoops. It would help if dummy, if I could get it lined up better. Anywho, I kind of jacked this all to heck. But anyways, you're gonna take a mark, and then we're going to take a saw, and then we're gonna just slice it down. I am also about probably maybe under half an inch or something, maybe like a quarter of an inch. I'm gonna cut down right there because I'm gonna make a little heel, so that way when we have the tuners on and the strings on, it's got a little bit more bracing right here. So probably about, you can kind of just eyeball it, but just like a little heel, like maybe like a quarter of an inch or something, somewhere around there. But anyways, just kind of mark right there, and then we'll cut down to our mark, and yeah, we'll kind of carve out another little heel there. All right, hopefully y'all can see this. Maybe. I'm gonna try and do this. So anyways, I have my vice grips here just to kind of help out. Take you some spare pieces of wood because we don't want to jack up the pretty neck that we just did. And you're gonna put it on either side here. That way the vice grips won't dig into your neck that we just got done sanding. probably should say, probably should have done this before I started carving the neck, but it's neither here nor there. We're just going to cut down to this line right here with our pull saw. And you may want to take like a piece of wood or something to get perfect straight up and down line to get started. Or a carpenter square or whatever. There we go. So now you're just gonna cut down to that line. Just take your time. You don't want to go too deep because then you'll really have some issues. So about right there. Yeah. Make sure you're evened up on both sides. And then basically you're going to flip this thing on its side. Again, get you some chunks of spare wood or something so you're not hitting up your fretboard and all that. And hopefully y'all can see this. Sorry if y'all can. I'm trying to do the best I can here. So, yep, make sure that's in there. Get you spare pieces of wood. I'm actually going to make a better mark. Because a minute ago I was having like the hardest time trying to mark this sucker up. And of course, like in good old fashioned, I have zero idea where my pencil went. So I'll have to clean up my pin marks here in a minute. So get that. You want to get it straight, lined up, and then mark it. Okay. And you're going to take your pull saw, or sometimes I even use my big handsaw. And you just kind of want to get this started. If you have like a table saw or something, this probably be a lot quicker, a lot easier. But I'm trying to make it where for those of y'all who may not have the table saws and stuff like that, that y'all can do it too. So yeah, we're just gonna continue to cut. Make sure you stay on that line too. Yep. And I may time lapse this, or I may just cut to actually have this off, because this may take a while as well. But yeah, either way, you're just going to cut all the way through to the mark that we did a minute ago. That piece will come off, and then we'll be ready to go on to the next step. So I'm going to finish cutting this out, and then we'll move on to the next step. Keeping fashion here. Do this before you set the neck. Make sure that your tuners are going to fit. Oh man, normally I do that, but I forgot because now I'm recording a video. So yeah, make sure your tuners are going to fit in here. And so basically what I'm going to do is, since I cut it out now, I'm going to take my Shinto, I'm going to level it out until we're perfectly back to where we need to be, and then I'm going to sand it back up, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I apologize if you were following along, because man, this is yeah. Don't do this. Don't do do this first before you do all your sanding. My lord. All right, but anyways, I'm gonna fix this little oopsie, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, y'all. So, 100% do the notching out the headstock before you carve up the neck. Save a lot of time that way. Yeah. So anyways, fixed it. We're all notched out now. Should be the correct height. Yep, we're good. So now we're gonna figure out where we want these to go. I have these headstock templates. Like these, there's all different kinds. Try to figure out how exactly I want these. We're only gonna have 2, so I haven't decided. I think I'm gonna try. I want to do them in line, but I may have to offset one of them because yeah, so that way we have the straight string pull. So I'm gonna take magic marker and let me think about this. So we got 2 of them. So the first one I'm probably gonna have right here, like so, and then I'm probably gonna offset just a little bit, so that way we got some more straight string pull. So not by much, I'm just gonna scooch it over just a bit and mark it right there. So that way we're gonna offset a bit. So that way this one will be back a little bit further and our string pull will be more towards this way. And this one will be over here. So we may try that out. See how that goes. So yeah, I think that's gonna work. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll get a drill bit that's going to fit this. So you kind of just want to look at the base right here, try and find you something that matches up. May have to be the big one. Hopefully I got a drill bit that big. Holy cow, dude. So yeah, you're gonna get a drill bit that kind of matches up with that. I may have to do some configuration because these are a lot bigger, but you're gonna get your drill and then we're gonna move over back to the vice grip and then we're gonna drill the holes out. All right guys, hopefully you can see this again, so try and angle it maybe up just a little bit. So you're gonna take your drill and we're just gonna kind of go slow. You don't have to really crank on it. And where we marked up our lines, gonna go right there. Crank it up just a little bit more. There's one hole, and two holes. So we got our holes drilled in there. Like I said, these base tuners, they're like way bigger than guitar tuners. So we may have to figure out how to drill these holes a wee bit bigger. So I'm gonna figure out a game plan to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I figured out a solution. I took the drill bit we had and I cranked up the speed a bit and went kind of slow, and then just go in here, and then you're just gonna make kind of a circular motion. Just go a little bit at a time, and then this should be enough for this to be snug as a bug. You may have to take a little hammer or something and tap it in there, but it seems like that worked. I would just recommend just get a bigger drill bit, but I didn't have a bigger drill bit, so this was my workaround. But this works. Just take your time, go slow, keep burrowing it out until it gets just the right size, and then take a little hammer and you can tap it in. So all right, hopefully that works. We're gonna move on to the next step. All right, so we finally got the base tuners put in. Look pretty cool. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stain it. We're gonna let the stain cure for a little bit. You're gonna need like an old sock or an old rag or something to apply whatever stain you're gonna apply. When you're applying the stain or oil, make sure you go with your wood grain. Don't go against it, because then you'll leave all these weird smudges. So we're gonna go ahead and take these tuners out, and we're gonna go ahead and stain it. So also get you some probably some cardboard or something. I am just gonna actually put this in my vice grip. Makes it a little bit easier to try and hold a camera and stain at the same time. So I'm gonna get this set up and ready to go, and then we'll pull you guys over to the staining station. So here we go. All right guys, so we're gonna stain this neck. Get you an old sock or a rag or something. Get whatever you're using to stain. Again, I'm using this Danish oil, and I'm gonna try and do this where y'all can see. Hopefully, it may be kind of funky, but we'll try and get it the best we can. So you're just gonna take your stain. Make sure you open up a window or have some kind of ventilation going, fan, because stain is real stinky, y'all. And probably don't do like me. Probably get some cardboard or something, but I'm trying to do it for the YouTube. So you're just gonna take it and you're gonna start just putting it on. Just like that. You don't have to go crazy with it. Just wipe it on there. It's pretty much as simple as that. Just make sure you get every little nook and cranny, go with the grain. Just like that. And try and get every little bit that's going to be showing. We don't have to worry about too much of this part down here, because it's going to be inside the box. So just make sure you wipe it on. Don't lay it on too thick. If you need to let it dry and put a second coat on, if you don't got the exact color you want yet, that's fine. Usually with this stuff, one coat usually gets the job done with the Danish oil for me. So yep, just put it on, and then you'll let it sit there. And I love this Danish oil because it really brings out all the, if my camera will focus, it really brings out all the cool little grains and stuff. Makes the color real pretty. So anyways, all right, so we're gonna let this dry, and then we'll come back to the next step, which is gonna be pretty fun. So I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I hope it does. I've never tried it before, but fingers crossed. Hopefully it turns out really, really cool. So I'm going to let this dry for about maybe an hour, maybe two, just depending. Make sure that it's dried for you. If you're putting on a stain or something, make sure it's dried. If you need to apply another coat, apply another coat. And then make sure it's fully dry before we move on to these next steps. So, all right, I'll see y'all guys in a little bit. Our neck is done drying from the stain we put on it, or the oil in my case. So here's what I want to do. So I was talking to my brother, who is a woodworking guru, and I was asking him, hey, how do you get that really, really kind of like glass-like shiny finish to your woodworking stuff? Because he had built like a table and stuff like that. And he told me you use this stuff, this poly thing, poly, can't even say this word, dude. Polyurethane. Yeah, polyurethane is what we're going to be using. Golly, English much? But anyways, so I did some research on it, kind of asked him a little bit about it. And so you kind of want to put a thin coat of this stuff. And then what you do is you let it dry. And then once it's dry, you do what's called wet sanding. So you take some high grit sandpaper. We're going to be using 1000 grit. And you want to wet down either the sandpaper or the surface. And then you're going to sand any little pimples or bumps. And then if you need to reapply, you reapply it. Let it dry, and we'll have this kind of glass-like finish on this thing. So, fingers crossed. We're going to try this. You don't have to do this, obviously. You can just leave it the way it is and move on to the next step and skip this step entirely. But I want to be adventurous, so we're going to mix this stuff up. I have never used this stuff before, so wish me luck, y'all. But anyways, we're just going to give it a good mix. And then it says apply with a high quality brush, which we got some sponge brushes that we're going to use. And then sand lightly, repeat, coat after 3 to 4 hours. Oh, and try not to spill this crap on me. Alright, so we're going to go. I'm going to start with the back of the neck. So hopefully y'all can see this. I'll kind of move y'all in a better direction here. So hopefully y'all can see this a little better. So we're just going to take a little bit of it, and we're just going to put a light coating. And we're going to go just like with the stain. We're going to do it with the grain. And then I'm going to go ahead and spread it out. Get it down the sides here. Oof. 100% make sure you got a window open, because this stuff is stanky. Ooh boy. So, and then I'm kind of just trying to spread it out as evenly as I can. I did not use a whole lot. It said put a light coat. This was like one little dip in the brush. And that is literally it. So this may be a process if you're going to do it this way. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the back and side of the neck. Let it dry. and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the fretboard. So I'm just kind of making sure this stuff is spread out evenly. And like I said, you definitely don't have to do this. I just wanted kind of try it out. Because I thought it would make the neck look real pretty. Almost like a actual finished guitar neck. Most of the time, I'll just, like I said, I'll take my cigar boxes up to about 400, sometimes 600 grit, and I will stain them, and that's about it. So I'm just taking my time, make sure this stuff is spread out evenly. I don't want any weird bubblies or run spots. So yep, let's take our time. Get all the little crevices. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Also, make sure you pick a spot that's not going to have a lot of dirt blowing through. I'm inside my shop, so there's not really any worry about wind or anything coming through. Maybe the only other thing to worry about is cats, but that's either here nor there. Sandpaper fell in there. So anyways, I'm going to let this dry. It's recommended again, so said apply thin coat, and then you're going to let it dry and sand it lightly with some high grit sandpaper, and then apply another thin coat after 3 to 4 hours, y'all. So it's gonna be a long time waiting. So I'm gonna let this prep up. Again, once we got our coat build up on the back side, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and do the fretboard too, so that way it looks nice and clean on both sides. So anyways, I'll be back in like 4 hours, y'all. So see y'all here in a little bit. Okay, y'all, we're officially back, and if you can see, it is nighttime. This has been an all day adventure. So we put the I'm not even gonna try and say it. We put the P word poly stuff on here. It actually looks pretty cool. So it's kind of got this and it's still sticky, it's still drying, so but it kind of put this cool shimmery kind of clear coat on it. Yeah, so I like the way that turned out. So hopefully when it dries, we will see the real full result of that. But that is literally the last thing I'm doing today on this video. So I think we're pretty much getting close to done. So yeah, I think we are getting pretty close to being done with this project. So in the next video, we will work on, I guess we're going to work on putting it together, guys. So this may be the, yeah, one of the last videos for this Let's Build series. So next video, we'll work on getting all the electronics put in. Oh, also, we're going to put some bracing inside the box, and I'll show you how I do that in the next video. And yeah, I think we may be ready to go and get this sucker put together and put some strings on it and see how she sounds. So, alright guys, I am going to bed because I am super tired. So, I will see you guys in the next one.